Hello friends, and welcome to finally the second installment of my reading Fruits Baskets for the first time series. The series I started a long time ago. I think at least last year. It might have been the year before. And I have put off doing the rest of this. So this is me reading Fruits Basket for the first time. The way I wanted these videos really to be was to be kind of like daily vlogs, so you get a little bit of my like daily life and the minimal variety that has, along with my like actual impressions, like first impressions of reading Fruits Basket, but that didn't happen for this episode, so I apologize for that. In this video, we're going to be talking about spoilers for Fruits Baskets volumes 1 through 6, the collector's editions. These versions, the ones from Yen Press. If you have not read past that, or like you haven't read any of those volumes, maybe don't watch this if you don't want spoilers. And then also don't put any spoilers for 7 through 12 in the comments, because I have gone my whole life without any like real major spoilers. So I don't want to read any of them. So please be nice to me. Thank you. In the last episode, I guess, I talked about my weird prejudice against Fruits Basket and how I never read it. I said I didn't like it. I had some sort of like weird pick-me-girl complex about it. So I never read it and I didn't like it. But now I'm reading the manga for the first time because it looks cute and it is cute. So yes. Points from last video, I think. One thing that I really know is that Yuki really creeped me out. He is the one that I wanted to like the most, but I'm very scared of him for some reason. Also, I talked about my surprise that the original anime ended at the end of volume 3 of the collector's edition. So like a fourth of the way through, which is insane because it was 22 episodes, and what did they do for 22 episodes? Because comparatively nothing happens in those volumes. Now on to 4 through 6. I read these in the first part of the year, I think around January-ish, possibly. It's been a hot minute since I've read them, but I do have notes, so hopefully that will help me out, have some sort of coherent thoughts about this manga. One thing I did notice is that I didn't have a great time with volumes 4 and 5. So that's the Momiji one and then the Hazuharu one. So I personally felt that these two volumes were, I don't want to use the word filler, but it was a lot of introducing more characters and then giving you backstory on other characters to give like context to relationships and kind of situations, which like is like that's the way stories is, but I did feel like it was a little bit slow. I kind of wanted more answers and I was just kind of getting backstory, but it's probably all just gonna be foreshadowing anyway. Did get to the point where I need a character chart in front of me when I read this manga because I can't keep everyone straight. I don't remember who a lot of people are, or what animal, like what zodiac animal they're supposed to be. That's the thing that's the hardest for me. So I did read the first 3 over a year ago now, so I've forgotten some of the details. I want to go back and like look at the Wikipedia, but I also don't want spoilers at all, like because I want to be surprised by this story. So I'm just gonna have to like swim through the dark for a little bit, and then after I finish the series I can go back and like look at the Wikipedia to like get all of those details that I have like forgotten or missed. So yeah, that was volumes 4 and 5, and then the series kind of picks up in volume 6. So this is volume 6, and this one I felt like we really got a lot of really good content and a lot of kind of like story stuff, which makes sense because this is about halfway through the series. So you know, you want to have like things moving along by this point. I feel like we've met all of the zodiacs by the end of volume 6, so we'll really be able to get into I guess kind of like what's going on with the Soma family, because we know who everybody is now. Another thing about volume 6 is that Akito is showing up a lot more. They're being mentioned a lot more, which is something that I am very curious about, because Akito has this like this hold on the Soma family, and I want to know like why or how this has happened and how they're gonna get out of it. And I mean, Toru's probably gonna be play a huge role in them kind of like breaking free of this, it seems like manipulative and like abusive cycle that they are stuck in, and maybe possibly Akito going away or changing in some way. And I feel like Toru is going to be a really big part of that. And it definitely seems like Akito sees Toru as a threat, because Akito does not like Toru at all, and it is like, get this bitch out of here, I don't want them around my family. So I think Toru is going to have a really big role in kind of like helping the Soma family heal. In this volume 6, you can really see how much of a hold that Akito has on the Soma family and on the rest of the zodiac. I think Akito is like supposed to be like the god figure, and you can really feel that because they have such a hold on the rest of the zodiac. The manipulation, the abuse, and just how the rest of like the zodiac just like loses themselves completely whenever Akito is mentioned or is around or something like that. Like the beach episode ended in some like depressing stuff. I'm especially interested in Yuki's reaction to Akito, because Yuki seems to be like the one most affected by the abuse that Akito is putting on the rest of the Soma, like on everyone. I feel like Yuki has it the worst, or he's like feels the effect of it the worst. So I'm very interested to see what is going on with that and how that gets solved, or how he can escape the grasp. Other things, like minor thoughts, I guess, on this is that, what is this kid? This kid right here, I do not like him at all. I mean, he is a bratty child. Hiro, is very annoying, and I can't stand him at all, and I know he is a child and I shouldn't bully a child manga character, but I really want to, because he needs to like stop. I feel like he doesn't really learn his lesson either after his initial interactions with Toru. He kind of like comes back later and is still the same, and it's very annoying. So I just don't want to see him anymore at all. Yuki, I keep on harping on about Yuki, but he creeps me out so much. I don't know what it is. Is it the art? Is it the trauma? It's probably the trauma. But I really want to know what's going on with Yuki. I think the reason that I'm like so messed up about Yuki is that when I was in my like I don't like Fruits Basket phase, I was most attracted to the type of character that Yuki is, or who he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be like the prince or character or whatever, and he's not really, but he is the one that I wanted to like the most, but I end up not really liking him that much. So I'm excited to learn more about him and see if he kind of like grows on me a little bit more. I really liked the backstories on Toru's two friends, and their like kind of like where they were in life before they met Toru, or like and their relationship with Toru and her mom. Those were really nice. I really love reading about like female friendships and kind of found family types of things, so I really enjoyed reading those backstories. Hazuharu has a lot of angst for a high schooler, and I know they all have angst, but like, oh man, Hazuharu, lighten up a little bit, bro. So I can't remember his name. This is a problem with having such a huge cast of characters. But there is this backstory with Shigure and the doctor guy, like the seahorse or the dragon. And I am confused about their backstory. There was a flashback and there was a girl who I don't remember. Like, I know the doctor character, the dragon, he had a girlfriend. Her memories had to be wiped because of magic bullshit. There was another girl there and I don't know who she is, and I don't want to go into Wikipedia and read about it because I'm gonna get spoiled for other stuff probably, because Shigure is Shigure? Yeah, he is very suspicious and I do not trust him. But I don't think I read that part very well. So maybe if somebody can explain to me in the comments without other spoilers, that would be great because I'm very, very confused and I don't know who this other girl is. Also, speaking of Shigure, I find him very creepy. He makes a lot of comments about like dating or marrying Toru, and there's a comment in the beach with a bikini situation, and he just makes all sorts of inappropriate comments to a high schooler as a grown-ass man, and I don't like it. It is creepy. I don't like to point out those things, but I feel like it's important to mention that those elements are in the story. I don't see a lot of people talking about it, but I also try to stay away from Fruits Basket conversation in general to not get spoiled for anything. So I don't know if it's like a thing. And I know it seems, it also feels like it's kind of like a product of manga or a product of the time where Japan kind of has like, they're a little more accepting of that, even though it is creepy. But it's something that is common in a lot of other manga and anime, so it seems maybe it's less of like a character thing and more of just like a manga general thing, but it's still creepy and weird, so I don't trust Shigure. He is way too happy and carefree to be in this family, so I feel like he is like in it. He is part of the problem, so we will have to find out what that is, but I don't trust Shigure at all. Okay, and so now we're gonna talk about shipping stuff, and I have like 10 minutes left on my card, so I need to hurry it up with this. So in the past, I'd always heard about Yuki and Kyo, and which one will Toru pick? Will she pick Yuki or will she pick Kyo? Like love triangle type of thing. And so even though I didn't like Fruits Basket, I was like, oh, Toru should be with Yuki because he is like the type that I would pick. But I do not believe that anymore until maybe like the last few pages of volume 6, where I was like, this is not gonna happen, or it's not a potential thing at all because of the way Toru is put with Kyo. I do believe that Kyo and Toru are endgame just because of some things I know about the after story, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't tell me. But Toru and Kyo are like drawn so romantically, and the way they are positioned together is like very obvious that they are supposed to be like the main romance or whatever, or they are going towards each other. I feel like it's very obvious through their current friendship how they're drawn together, and kind of like the bond that they've shared, kind of like working through Kyo's trauma and the things that has happened to him. They spend a lot of time with each other because Kyo is like an outcast from the Zodiac and he doesn't really get to participate in events, so he ends up being stuck at home with Toru a lot. It's really just the way they are positioned together all of the time, the way they're drawn together, that sort of thing, that really makes me think that Kyo and Toru are like the only option. Like Yuki is not even gonna be a like contender. There are a few pages, last few pages in volume 6 where I'm like, oh, maybe she could be thinking about that, or could be potentially swayed that way because of some of his actions, but really it's just like Kyo and Toru. Kyo is like the option for Toru. I really like them together. I like kind of like the history that they've had, and Toru has really had a big effect on Kyo, it seems. He's a very yelly character, and I don't like yelly characters, but he's less yelly now. And originally I thought it was like maybe just be like they've gotten the yelliness out of the way. but I really think it's the effect that Toru has had on him that's kind of made him a softer person or a less angry person. So he's not as yelly anymore because of Toru's influence. But I don't think Yuki ever had a chance or ever will have a chance because of the relationship and the bond that Kyo and Toru have. Pretty much my thoughts on volumes 4 through 6. I am really liking this series, and I really want to hurry up and finish the rest of it so I can watch the anime, because everybody is freaking out about the anime and I really want to watch it, but I want to finish the manga first. I have 2 more sets of manga because I'm reading them like 3 at a time to discuss in a video. 2 more of these, and hopefully I will do them in like daily vlog format the way this series was intended. Definitely go check out the first episode of this that I did. I will link it below, and it'll be like up there, and this will be like a playlist eventually. If you have any opinions on the first 6 volumes of the collector's edition of Fruits Basket, let me know. I'd love to talk about this series with other people. I know it's very popular, especially right now because of the anime. I'd really like to discuss this with people. Hopefully I will get to the other set of this sooner rather than later and not wait like a year plus in between them, because I will forget more. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more shoujo manga goodness from me. That is all I've got for you guys today. I'm Chrissy Lou. Till next time, matane!